welcome to the third episode of Unity TV. I'm Leslie Langdon. I'm happy to be here with you, and today we'll be making a cute sachet or a pillow, something you stick in your lingerie drawer. You can scent it with lavender oil or whatever scents you might have at home. And yeah, we'll be using Carte Postale, which is a great set from Unity Stamp Company. It's one of the co-brands we have with Orchid Designs. Some of my favorite stamps out there, so go check out all the Orchid Design stamps that are available on Unity Stamp Co. Anyway, let's get to it. Alright, so to make our pillow, we'll need 2 pieces of canvas that are the same size, and we'll be sewing them together, but right now we have to dress them up with our stamping and with our spritz. So right here I have a Purple Passion Shimmerz spritz. I'm just going to lightly spray 2 corners. I don't want to have too much of the purple going on. And then I want to take this lace, and I'm going to give it a couple sprays as well, both front and back. Okay, so I'm going to let these dry, and then we'll come back to stamp. Here we have our Iron Orchid stamp, Carte Postale, and we have Royal Purple Staz-on ink. This is going to be a nice deep purple ink. It will look nice on the canvas. So make sure you get all the parts of the stamp here. Alright, and then stamp in the middle of one of the pieces. Just put a lot of pressure. We want to make sure that this image stamps nicely onto the canvas. Okay, so for about 15 seconds, apply pressure. And then pull up. That looks very nice. Okay, and then I'm going to take a bird from the same set, and I'm going to use Timber Brown Staz-on, which is almost black. It's a really dark brown. I'm going to have this bird just in the corner here. Okay, so this will be the front of our pillow. Okay. So now I'm going to go downstairs to my basement, and I'm going to sew these together. Alright, so you can use pins to hold it together in the corners if you like. And then as soon as you're sewing over the pin, make sure you take it out because you don't want that to go underneath the sewing machine. Okay, so I'm going to take that downstairs, and what you want to do is leave a gap about 3 inches open because we need that to turn our pillow the right side out, and we need that gap also to fill our pillow with cotton. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, so this is all stitched up. I have my gap here that's about 3 inches, probably 2.5. I did leave myself a lot of room here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim close to the stitching because you don't need a lot of the material on the inside. Okay, you can kind of cut the corners off as well. Okay, so cut about 1/4 of an inch close to the stitching. Okay. Cut the corners. This will make it easier for the corners to pop out if you just trim them there. Okay, last one. Okay, I'll just push that all aside. So now we can turn it inside, or the right side out, so we can see what our pillow is looking like. Very cute. Okay, so there you have the idea of how it's coming together. So we can go ahead and start filling it with our cotton. I'm going to use cotton balls, but you can repurpose an old pillow that you don't want to use anymore. Just cut it open and use the stuffing. So I'm going to fill it part way, and then I'm going to put some lavender in there. I'm actually going to use some lavender, some dried lavender, as well as some drops. Here I have a piece of cheesecloth that I picked up at the grocery store. I put about, I'd say 1.5 tablespoons of lavender in there, and then I used my essential oil and just gave it about 5 drops. Okay, so then you just roll it back up. You can tie it off with string if you like. I'm just going to put it in a ball, and I'm going to put it right in the middle there. And then I'm going to put the cotton balls all around it, so keep stuffing. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop there, make sure it's all kind of even. Because once you sew it up, you know, there's not much you can do to fix it. I'm going to take a pen. I'm going to go get those corners, make sure they stick out nicer. And just push that through. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and stitch up the hole. I'm going to use just a thread and needle and some white thread. So I'm going to fold in the pieces because you don't want any of the edging to show. Okay, so your first stitch you can go on the inside, and then you'll hide that, you'll hide your knot. Okay, so just stitch this up, going in and out. We're going to frame this with lace, so you're not really going to see this. So you don't have to be too particular here. Okay. So I'll keep going and come back when this is done. All right, so here is our last step to finishing off the pillow. We want to take the trim that we had put some shimmers on, and we're going to stitch it around the edges of the pillow. Okay, so you can start in the corner that we stitched. And you want to get to the edges, close to the edges possible, and just stitch it in and out, just with a thread and needle, okay? So you just want to go in and out, in and out, in and out. And then when you come to the corners, you just want to pinch it. Pinch it and then move on, okay? So it will look very cute in the end. All right, I'm going to start stitching, and then I'll come back and hopefully we'll all be done. So here's the final pillow. So I made sure to stitch the trim all around the side, paid special attention to the corners where it's pleated. And this corner had to come together. I stitched the lace together, and it didn't look all that great, so I covered it with some seam binding that's been treated, and a button. And then there you have it, and it smells really nice. All right, see you soon. Thanks for watching.